What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you've been sleeping on Diablo 4, I'm about to change your mind, and I'm not joking. This isn't the game that launched 3 years ago. We're talking about a completely different beast right now. Just recently, Blizzard dropped Lord of Hatred, the second major expansion, and honestly, it's the most ambitious thing they've done with this franchise. 2 new classes, an entirely new region, a complete endgame overhaul, and systems that actually make you want to grind. This is the Diablo 4 that the community has been waiting for. So stick around as we break down everything that makes this version of the game absolutely worth your time, because trust me, there's a lot to cover.
Let's talk story first. Where we left off, Lilith was defeated, but that victory came with a massive problem. Nayarel, this young girl, has been carrying around Mephisto's soulstone, and that's basically carrying around literal evil, one of the 3 prime evils. Lord of Hatred picks up directly from there. The story doesn't just continue, it escalates. Mephisto's corruption is spreading across Sanctuary, and now it's heading toward the Skavos Isles, one of the oldest regions in the entire lore. This isn't some random island either. Skavos is where humanity first came into existence. It's the birthplace of the Amazons, and now it's falling under the shadow of hell itself. What makes this campaign different from the base game is the approach. Instead of Lilith just invading everything with raw power, Mephisto works through influence. His corruption is subtle, it's political, and it's spreading through faith and devotion. The story unfolds across these ancient Greek-inspired coastlines, volcanic wastelands, and storm-filled forests. And genuinely, it's one of the best-told campaigns Diablo 4 has had. The pacing is tight, the cutscenes hit different, and by the time you reach the final confrontation, you actually feel like the stakes matter. Plus, the NPCs in Skavos are actually memorable. There are whole character arcs that people are actively rooting for, which is wild for a Diablo game.
Okay, so we've got 8 classes total now, and the combat system has evolved significantly. The skill tree got a complete overhaul for every single class, not just the new ones. All 8 classes got reworked skill trees with new variants. What this means is that even if you played Barbarian or Sorcerer at launch, the playstyle is completely different now. Skills have multiple upgrade paths. Early abilities can be upgraded into specialized versions that change how they function. This creates way more build diversity than before. The level cap also increased to 70. That's not just a number. It means more skill points, deeper Paragon progression, and genuinely more powerful builds. You're not hitting a wall anymore at level 60. The power curve extends further. Loot and itemization. Here's where Lord of Hatred becomes genius. The loot system actually feels rewarding again. The base game had problems with loot frequency and value. This expansion completely changes that. The Horadric Cube is back from Diablo 2, and it's a crafting system that lets you upgrade items. You can take white and blue quality items and transmute them into legendary gear. This means every piece of loot has value now. You're not just discarding blues anymore. You're collecting them because they're building materials for something better. Then there's the Talisman and Charm system, which brings back set bonuses from Diablo 2. For the first time since the original Diablo, you're managing sets of items with synergistic bonuses. This opens up entire build archetypes that didn't exist before. The new loot filter is also a game changer. You can customize exactly what appears on your screen. No more clutter, no more missing drops because 5 items popped at once. Combat feel. The actual moment-to-moment gameplay feels snappier than it did at launch. Animations are smoother, hit feedback is more satisfying, and the overall pace is faster. When you're in a nightmare dungeon at higher difficulties, everything is chaos, but it's beautiful chaos. You're managing cooldowns, generating resources, and the screen is absolutely packed with effects. Performance-wise, Diablo 4 is incredibly well optimized. We're talking smooth 60+ FPS on high-end systems, and even on mid-range hardware, you can dial in settings for consistent performance. The engine handles thousands of particles, massive explosions, and 8-player parties without major frame drops.
Let's talk visuals, because Diablo 4 legitimately looks stunning. The art direction is gothic and oppressive, exactly what you want from a Diablo game. The Skavos region is a masterclass in variety. Unlike Nahantu, which felt samey with all that jungle, Skavos is visually diverse. You've got volcanic coastlines with lava flows and obsidian ruins. You've got dense storm forests with towering trees. The central capital, Themis, is built in this beautiful ancient Greek style. Marble colonnades, giant statues, golden architecture. It's the most vibrant hub in the entire game. The lighting engine deserves specific mention. The way shadows interact with the environment, the way demons glow with hellish energy, the ambient lighting in dungeons, it all contributes to this oppressive, dark atmosphere. Screen space reflections give puddles and water a sense of depth. The character models for all 8 classes are detailed and customizable. The cosmetic system lets you look absolutely incredible, and the cosmetics you can buy are genuinely high quality. Technical performance has matured significantly. DLSS and FSR implementation is flawless. Upscaling technologies are no longer compromises. They're essential for 4K gaming. If you've got an RTX 40 series card or newer, you're getting phenomenal visuals at locked frame rates.
This is the biggest change, and honestly, it's why returning players should care about this expansion. The endgame was a criticism of the base game for a long time. It felt grindy without purpose. Lord of Hatred doesn't just fix that, it transforms it. War Plans. The new system is called War Plans. After you finish the campaign, you unlock this command table where you can plan your endgame progression. You select 5 activities in sequence, and each activity has modifiers you can apply. Completing activities progresses your war plan and unlocks rewards. What's brilliant about War Plans is the speed. You can complete entire sequences in a gaming session. You're bouncing from activity to activity with a single click. Helltides, Nightmare Dungeons, boss runs, world events, they're all interconnected, and you're earning upgraded loot the entire time. The system basically eliminated what Diablo 4 players called the town is lava problem. You're not stuck in one location grinding one activity. You're cycling through content constantly. Echoing Hatred. Then there's Echoing Hatred. This is the endgame challenge event. It's a rare drop that triggers an escalating wave system. Enemies get progressively harder and rewards scale with how far you get. It's designed for perfected builds and optimized characters. Think of it as the post-endgame difficulty ceiling. Fishing and side content. And yes, they added fishing. You can fish in regular water or lava, and there's actual mechanical gameplay to it. You wait for a bite, press a button at the right time, and you get rewards. It's a chill break from demon slaying, and weirdly, it's become community content. People are comparing fishing logs. New dungeons and regions. Skovos has 18 new side quests, multiple strongholds, and dozens of dungeons. The region is absolutely packed. We're talking 30-40 hours of content if you're doing everything, and that's before you farm endgame activities. Themis, the main hub city, is stunning. NPCs actually have personality. There are conversations happening that make the world feel alive. It's a massive upgrade from the sterile hubs of the base game.
The community right now is absolutely thriving. Streamers are actively playing, speedrunners have already found optimized routes, and build crafters are constantly discovering new synergies. YouTube is flooded with guides, and Reddit communities are more active than they've been since launch. The game has a real sense of discovery right now because the systems are new and people are still figuring out what's possible. Seasonal content is also rotating. Season 13 started alongside the expansion with the largest slate of season ranks ever. New cosmetics, new mechanics, new challenges. It's the opposite of a dead endgame. Blizzard is also clearly committed to ongoing support. Patch notes are consistent, balance changes are frequent, and the development team is actively listening to feedback. Just recently, they fixed exploits and nerfed broken builds within days of players discovering them.
So here's the real question. Is Diablo 4 in 2026 worth playing? Absolutely. If you bounced off the base game, this expansion is designed specifically for you. If you stuck with the game through the rough patches, Lord of Hatred validates that patience. This is the Diablo 4 that Blizzard was building toward. It's not perfect. War Plans need some refinement for group play, and some balance issues will probably take patches to fix. But fundamentally, this is a complete, engaging, endgame-rich action RPG that demands your attention. The 2 new classes alone justify the expansion purchase. Add in the Skovos region, the campaign, the complete endgame overhaul, and the quality of life improvements, and you're looking at 40-60 hours of fresh content. That's not even counting farming builds and pushing higher difficulties. If you're into dark fantasy, loot-driven gameplay, and satisfying combat, Diablo 4 in 2026 is legitimately one of the best action RPGs available right now. That's the review. If this helped you decide, smash that like button and drop a comment about which class you'd main. Subscribe for more gaming coverage, and I'll see you in the next one.